Okay, you've got a brand new album coming out end of this month now, end of June. White Hot Heat. You've chosen to do it via a Pledge Music campaign. What made you choose that method of doing the funding for the album?
Just getting everyone involved, I think. Yeah, I think we've sort of built up a really good little group of fans, you know, a really good fan base, and we thought, why not get them involved this time, you know? And we'll feel part of it.
It's a really good, we've seen it used before, it's a really good tool to get people involved. You know, you are sending them videos and they're talking about it and they're telling friends about it and sharing things, and it is really, you know, we'd never really used sort of social media in that kind of way to expand it, and you are getting not just folk from Britain or your friends, you know, pledging. It's like folk from all over the world.
It's really quite a new concept
to get out there. It's really good involvement.
It's not so insular anymore. It's kind of, you know, opening it out to a lot more people.
And it must be quite nice for you to actually see where these people are ordering the album from.
It's amazing.
Yeah, because I suppose with a traditional deal, you don't actually tend to see that information, do you?
You can see exactly everyone that's pledged, all their names, where they're from. It's pretty incredible.
This is that you never even knew that you've reached Brazil and Australia. It's really nice. It's really good to know how many waves you're making. It's really nice.
And I believe the album is at the pressing plant now, being pressed, ready to go out to the pledges fairly soon.
That's it. Almost ready to go.
So you then got a few days of sitting there signing them all.
I think we've currently, 400 we need to sign?
408 or something.
So that'll be a long day.
Before it's even released, that's going to be a full day of just, I think we're just going to go around to a house and get some pizza and get our sweatbands on and
and hope it's not the day before a gig, so you don't knacker your wrists up.
Writer's lump.
It's really exciting to get that ready. You know. It's really nice.
And what's the sort of writing process within the band? Do you kind of all sit down together and write, or do you have one or two main writers? Or
it's mainly myself. I guess it's been the guitarist and the singer. Obviously, a lot of the riffs and lyrics come from me. But
you generally start with a riff, and that's where it all starts from.
Generally, a riff or like a title or something to sort of get a vibe, and then just expand on it and try and. I always get sort of a picture in my head about how a song should go, more of a kind of literal way, and then sort of try and recreate that as a song. It sounds really weird, but it's worked in the past quite well. And then I tend to bring it to some practices and what do you guys think? And
then we sort of form our own parts around it.
And where do you tend to draw your inspirations from for the lyrics?
They're mostly it's mainly sort of based around people, conversations, and even just thoughts in my own head. And because I really like to people watch and sort of see what's going on, and it's usually personal experiences or things that I've seen. It tends to be about relationships or just sort of states of mind, things going on around you, rather than writing about a book or things like that. It is more personal, things that I know. I used to tend to write about what I know more, and just either personal experiences or things that are kind of happening. Sorry, I'm just getting it's kind of. What's coming out? Yeah, no, sorry. What were we saying about songs? I tend to like quite a lot of things in just even language. Language is a good sort of starting point as well. Sort of just strange comments that people will say or references in newspapers and headlines, and even old Scottish archaic sayings are sometimes quite good for just getting out something fresh and something. Could write a song about this, and a bit of everything. Mostly just relations to people and how people are feeling. I think that's maybe It's maybe a female thing, I don't know. People we tend to have a more
You're quite aware of
emotions
the
towards
surroundings.
people more.
Yeah.
Emotions and things. I think that's.
It's all very emotional.
It's quite.
In a good way. In a
nice way.
Yeah.
And connecting to people.
Not in a sad way, just in a
kind of way, yeah.
Yeah. And obviously on the tour with the treatment, you didn't play any of the new songs, but you have done 2 Pledges shows playing the new material. How did it go down?
It's amazing. Absolutely. I think it went really well.
It was, better than we expected.
Yeah.
We were under the impression there was only going to be about 20 people there, which was great. You know, when there were 20 people, that's great. You know.
But they were all into
There was-
every single one of
There was
them.
120 people there. It was one of the most intense gigs, just hearing everybody singing all the words to your songs.
That's never happened.
It's never really happened before, and I think we were just a bit like taken back, kind of.
Yeah, I think it's because everyone that was there had pledged to be there, so it wasn't kind of your everyday gig really. It was just kind of rabid Amorettes fans that were there, so it was just like really noisy.
And we've been so used to doing support slots, you have to sort of prove yourself, and everyone's like, right, who are you? Entertain me, kind of thing. But when everyone's there specifically to see you, it's just a different vibe. It's just, it's a completely different thing.
We did a little short set of our old songs, and everyone was just going crazy. We thought we were going to take a short break and then do the new stuff, sort of separate, just to. But even after every song, they were kind of, they weren't going crazy. They were sort of just sitting intensely listening, which was like, oh no, I don't know if we're liking it or not. And then they would go nuts at the end. It was really good. So you feel a bit better. We got a good reaction. I think it went down really well. I think we really enjoyed it.
It's great fun.
Yeah, because with new material, because obviously people don't know the songs, it's, like you say, there's more of this sort of listening to it than, sort of making noise during it. So you must have had some nerves beforehand.
Genuinely, we were nervous before shows, just in general, but that was, because we'd never done any of the songs live. We usually drip feed them into, that's how we've done it before.
Just one at a time.
One at a time, let's try this new one today. And it was 10, straight off the bat, and that was, we hadn't ever done that before, so I think it was.
We just gotten off the treatment tour, a week and a bit before the shows, and we just, that was our time to learn.
Straight out of the studio, into a tour, straight off the tour, 5 days into that, and it was.
Luke was in the crowd as well. Luke Morley was there as well.
No pressure whatsoever then.
It was good.
Yeah, and you said, straight off the road. You seem to be never off the road these days. You've been doing a lot of tours recently.
A lot,
No, it's never seem to be out of that van, but we definitely think it is paying off. We're a step forward to where we started. Especially even recently, just the last 2 years that we've sort of been really going for it. It's been paying off. A lot of folk have sort of came back and said, it's been a step up since we last saw you. It's going really well. Which is paying off. Being on the road. We love it. We love it.
That's how you work on your stagecraft. It's just doing it again and again and again.
Oh yeah, and you can really tell the difference between the bands that do the occasional show and the ones who tour constantly. Because the ones who tour constantly are just so much more polished, and they know what they're doing, and everything's really tight.
That's it, I think,
It's great to get to that stage. You can sort of just do it in your sleep. We're still aiming for that, but not far enough.
You have to learn how to work different types of audiences as well. Folk that are maybe not so into it, or folk that haven't heard you before. And
even different types of festivals.
So a real workout for you.
Not even just a rock audience, sort of more of a pop kind of crowd. Which we experienced with Ash quite a lot, but
that was a completely different crowd for us. But you have to just learn exactly how to work.
It's a big learning curve.
And I suppose as well with doing the support slots, they're not necessarily your fans there, so you've got to start from scratch every time.
And that's what it was like every night of a tour. Is that's what it's like. You can't sort of second guess things, or just expect that everyone's going to love you kind of thing. You know, you really have to work from scratch every night. Yeah. Which is great for learning how to do this.
Yeah, and obviously you're playing Camden Rocks Festival this weekend. Yeah. And which venue are you playing for that one?
Monarch.
Monarch, right. Yeah.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock at the Monarch. Be there.
And that's one of these festivals where there's so many different venues, and it's like you can see people trying to work out now. Right, I want to see this band and this band. But they're on that venue and that venue, right?
Yeah.
It's a bit like Download as well. It's like, I want to see these guys on the 4th stage, and I want then those guys on the 3rd.
Over there.
I can't run that far. It's such a huge distance between the stages.
Because I actually thought it was the whole weekend. I didn't know it was just the one day. I thought it was tons of bands.
Yeah.
The good thing about it though is that they are all quite close together. All the venues, just sort of the one street of Camden.
And some of the bands are playing twice, so it's good to maybe catch their set later in the day as well.
Yeah, I think it really shows you just how many venues there are in this small area.
I know. In Camden alone.
Yeah.
I wish we had something like that.
It's just nothing like that in Scotland at all.
It's not far off, but
it's not the same vibe. It's not.
No.
It's not as buzzing as down here. It's a lot quieter.
It's a shame.
Well, and I suppose a lot of the time as well, bands don't even make it as far as Scotland, do they? They come over from Europe, they play London, and that's their UK tour.
A lot of bands just miss it out completely. Which is a shame. I mean, there's a lot of amazing bands from Scotland as well, but there's just nowhere to play a lot of the time. A lot of places closed down, you know. It's really tough.
Yeah, because there's sort of quite a lot of pub type venues. Then you've got a few sort of medium-sized venues, but there's no
jump.
there's nothing in between.
You really have to come down here to find your stepping stone.
that's why we're always in the van a lot.
Always more time in London than I'm in Glasgow.
That's great.
I love it.
Yeah, you must get sick of the sight of the van there occasionally. It's just like, oh no, please no. And then you're playing, I think it's the 4th stage at Download next weekend.
Yes. Can't wait for that. That's I think it's one of our main achievements in our Amorettes life. Is playing Download.
Always wanted to play there.
Always wanted to go.
And finally got the chance this year.
Seems like it's such a huge box has been ticked for it.
Totally,
That in Teen Park. I mean, Teen Park not as much because it's a it's a good rock festival because it's not. It's more pop and there's a lot of different bands. But I think it's because a lot of folk associate. They know what Teen Park is and they can they have it in some sort of spectrum that they think, if you're playing Teen Park, you're doing all right.
Like your friends and family might not know so much. Like, Teen Park, I know that name. Oh, that's good.
And it's good that we can kind of share that with them. We don't not so much in the rock music, but they know they know what that kind of landmark is. It's really nice. It's Scottish as well.
It's the biggest thing in Scotland. So
It tends to sell out before the bands are even announced.
It's one of those ones.
There's a few festivals like that. Wacken sells out the first day, goes on sale as well. I think last year they announced 8 bands and then it sold out as soon as the tickets went on sale, which it's great from a promoter's point of view, but quite scary as a fan. You're gambling every time. It's just like, okay, I'm going to go to Wacken. I wonder who's playing.
Wacken's always good though.
Oh, it is.
That'd be a great one.
Except when the weather's not so good. It's then just a mud bath there.
Most festivals are though, that's what makes it fun.
this is very true. And it's amazing the difference the weather makes to how much you can enjoy a festival. I think. I've just done a weekend festival and scorching hot weather. Couldn't have asked for a better atmosphere. And which day are you playing at Download?
Friday.
Yes.
And then you're off to Belgium on the Saturday.
Yep. Flying to Belgium at 4 in the morning or something. Watch Rammstein, stay up all night, get a flight to Belgium.
Yep.
Sleep in Belgium. Really
I
bad.
get a flight back 6 in the morning.
Come back for the Sunday and watch Iron Man. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's good. At least you'd actually have some time, particularly on the Sunday, to actually watch bands and enjoy yourself.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think it's happy.
Well, we do have some stuff, some press stuff to do, but
Bands.
Yeah, although hopefully you can get that all out of the way on Friday after you played. Yeah, so play, do all the interviews, and then Sunday we're at the bar.
I know I'd love to be able to actually see some
Just
people.
have a hair down day.
Totally, yeah. Not going to them for a while. A day off.
Yeah. And is there going to be a tour later in the year? Because at the moment you've got the sort of festival dates, but then nothing announced as such. So presumably after download, at some point you'll be announcing the tour.
It's definitely
the last half of the year. Once the festival season's over, you've got to get a couple of bigger tours towards the end, and then Hard Rock Hell at the very end of the year.
There's talk of doing our sort of first headline tour in the UK this year, which we've never actually done before, our own headline tour. So that'll be pretty cool. It's nothing confirmed yet or anything, but it's
Right.
definitely in talks.
Yeah, I think because download weekend and the day after, it's just like every band who's played has now got a tour to announce.
That's it. You don't announce your tour before you've played.
The last part of the year is looking ridiculous already, and I think I've probably got about 20 or 30 gigs penciled in for October, November. It's
Yeah.
I've got tickets for quite a few of them. You're just looking at this going, I did want a day off to sleep, but never mind.
Nah. Gigs are better.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, gigs are a lot more fun. Yeah. Yeah. And do you actually get much time to go home and see family and friends and relax, or is it just constantly on the tour, on the road at the moment?
It's sporadic. So days here and there, kind of dotting around, but no, we do get a fair amount of time at home as well.
It's hard to obviously get a day because then you go home, you get to do your washing and then
Yeah.
you're back out for a rehearsal and
Yeah.
then, it's my mum's birthday at the start of May and I've still not been through to see her, it's like...
Even when you are at home, you're still getting texts, right, you need to do this, you need to do that.
Yeah, even,
You're prepared for this date and this date.
Yeah, keep basically it's constantly now. It's just you have to get into that wheel of motion and just
It's great.
There's no rest as it used to have. But,
You wouldn't have it any other way though.
no, I'm not complaining. It's great to be this busy. It's just you need a holiday.
Time to wash my clothes.
It genuinely feels like this has been us since September.
Yeah.
Every week.
That's it.
Out. Every weekend out.
Well, we had Christmas off.
we had 2 weeks of Christmas off.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we're back at it again.
And then
writing the album.
Write the album, record the album, out on tour, and then we were here. Yeah.
That's
what it's all about.
It's all about, yeah.
Must feel a bit strange though. It's like waking up and it's like I'm in the same place I was 2 days ago. Blimey.
Everybody we always ask, what day is it?
Where are we? We wake up in travel lodges in some random place.
and they all look the same, don't they?
The same,
It's the same artwork on the
Exactly
wall.
the same.
Like blue with a red dot.
Same curtains.
Yeah, it's when you can understand why some of these big bands have to have a piece of paper to tell them which city it is and what and what date it is.
It does make
It's not
sense.
even, it's true. Martin does that for me now. it's you really do struggle sometimes. It's just brain farts because you're in this routine every day, and you're kind of.
It's not like normal life.
You're not being ignorant.
No.
You're just genuinely needing a wee hand.
Yeah.
Like you're
Just in a wee tour bubble.
Yeah. It does become a bubble. Yeah. It's great to get time off though. It really is.
Because all you do is you see the hotel, you see the venue, and you travel. And that's normally about it, really, isn't it?
We're loving it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
And do you find when you play some of the bigger stages, do you find it a bit harder? Because with just being the three of you, they normally set you up the sort of far left and the far right. So you're so far away from each other, it's harder to communicate, I would imagine.
Sometimes, I mean, we have to move quite a bit, you know, to sort of meet in the middle every so often.
I actually prefer the bigger venues. I don't know. I think because you're not as close to the audience, so you can have that bit of space to take it. I think because you're naturally quite shy, and if you've got somebody kind of really, really close to you, you're kind of like personal space. This is quite awkward.
It makes you really aware of what you're doing.
You become really self-conscious, and then you kind of lose focus a little bit. But when you are far away, it's a little bit better because you're not as up their arse. You know, you're not as much of a.
It's less like individual people. It's more like a mass.
It's more of a kind of
a thing.
You're more detached, which seems quite cold, but in the same way you can get more focused into what you're trying to do as a performance.
You can see the overall.
It is a little bit easier,
as well, which is nice.
But we do like the little ones, like Camden, because you're raised up, so you're not too in their face. But it's good to. We're getting better. I'm getting better at small venues too.
Bigger stages are good because like my cymbal collection is getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's like a jungle.
Do you know what? Do you know how many times I've tripped over your cymbal stand?
That's as well.
All the time.
Big venues are good because your cymbals are out of feet.
If we've got a riser, even better. Because I like to move around quite a bit and I end up tripping over everything. So if I've got a bit more
If you
room,
trip, you look like a knob.
exactly. Yeah.
Trying to play.
No one wants to
really
look
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
Need to try and look cool and like, yeah, I'm really professional.
We did a TV show yesterday, the Vintage TV, and I actually found that more nerve-wracking than an actual gig when you've just got a small group of people like watching you.
It's
You can
really
see everyone's
intense.
face.
Yeah.
Staring at you high definition with your camera lens.
Makes you more uneasy than.
Right,
And you start sweating and you're just feel all glistening.
But yeah, I can imagine as a drummer, you sort of do need a lot more. The bigger spaces are needed. Yeah, I've seen a couple of bands where they've got just these monster drum kits, and you're thinking, okay, once you put that on the stage, where's the rest of the band going to go?
We're kind of lucky we're a three-piece in that way. Yeah. 2 amps, drums, that's it.
Okay, that's great. Thank you all for your time.